So hello there, people of the internet, and even though I'm not playing a balanced druid, I will still show you what to do, what talents to pick, and I will talk about the stat priorities, if you can call them that. So, as you may or may not know, I'm not playing a boomkin anymore, I'm playing a feral druid, but I will still keep releasing those basic guides for boomkins, alright? Because I love doing the research and all that stuff, and doing all the theory crafting. I just like to do that. Now, before we talk about the talents, this is my Ashran setup, okay? This is my PvP setup. I am still a moonkin in PvP because Starfall is just too much fun in Ashran. So, I'm going to focus on the most important things. This will not be a normal full-on guide as they used to be. You know, my guides are usually 20 to 30 minutes because I talk about everything. But today I will just focus on the DPS-y kind of stuff. So, level 60, Soul of the Forest is your best baseline, okay? If you don't know what to pick Soul of the Forest. It just does a lot of damage over a period of time. If you need a big Bloodlust, or every 3-ish minutes you can do a lot of damage, you can pick Incarnation. Force of Nature is a PvP talent because it has the root component, but that doesn't mean that it can't be used in certain situations. Just think about Immersius and Siege of Orgrimmar, or these blobs where you can throw one tree ant on each blob and they're just rooted. Alright, so it can have its uses within certain situations. It's very situational. Whereas Soul of the Forest, yeah, it's kind of good, whatever you do. Then level 100, Stellar Flare is broken currently. Balance of Power, just... why would you pick that? Just why would you pick that? You know, it turns you into a 3-button class. You have Star Surge, you have Starfire, and you have Wrath. That's pretty much all you do. Because you use Moonfire once, Sunfire once, and then you're just extending them. And before you know it, both Moonfire and Sunfire are on a minute duration and you don't have to do anything. So that makes it incredibly boring. Maybe good for raid leaders, but I'm not really sure about that. Euphoria, however, is currently the strongest and the most fun, in my opinion. Because it decreases the cycle time of your Eclipse by 50%. So your Eclipse is changing faster, and even though it's more sporadic and you're just, you know, it's more panicky, because it's changing all the time, it makes the gameplay more varied. Okay, you're switching between spells much faster, which means you're not stuck with 3-second Starfires for a long time, which is always good. But the second component, if you empower Starfire or Wrath, their cast time is reduced by 20%. So Wrath, let's click on the training dummy. Instead of being 1.9 seconds for me, 1.5. And Starfire, instead of being 2.8 seconds, 2.3, which is always nice, you know, shorter cast time with these insane cast times, these long cast times for boomkins now. This is fantastic, okay? And overall, this should give you the most damage, okay? I'm still saying should, because a couple of Theocrafters came out with different ideas with what could potentially give you more DPS, but we're still not sure about that. So for now, this is what we are picking. Soul of the Forest and Euphoria. All these other talents are situational. So quickly, I would go with Displacer Beast here. Ysera's Gift, Mighty Bash, or Ulso's Vortex, depends. Single target at control. Right, and these once again are situational. Do you need once per fight? Is there a time where you need another healer for a while? This is your baseline, and this, you know, do you need every sort of minute and a half-ish? Every now and then, do you need a little bit of healing, but you still need the damage? Nature's Vigil, as simple as that. Glyphs. For dungeons, take Guided Stars, because, oh god, Starfall is fucking cancer in dungeons. But once you move into raids in December, I would take Moon Warding, because maximum health is better than armor. You know, everything that hits you in raids, you know, it's just gonna... it's not gonna benefit you to have more armor. So I would take Moon Warding. Celestial Alignment, very good indeed. Now Celestial Alignment lasts 60 seconds or until 8 spells have been cast. Always good. I don't have this glyph because it currently costs 25,000 gold on my server. So it's just like, nope, just nope. And Glyph of Astral Communion, which allows you to use Astral Communion while moving, which is actually quite nice. You can do this, which, you know, it's pretty good. You can kind of prepare for something, but not really. You know, you have to stop doing DPS in order to get ready for more DPS, which is worse than the Pandaria model where you were doing less DPS in order to further on do more DPS. So that's the idea. Now, why is this video late? Because of secondary stats. This video is late because of secondary stats. Why? Because I thought I was wrong. I was doing all the math, and I was doing theory crafting, and I was doing calculations. I was, trying different stats on training dummies, and I thought I was incredibly wrong because the results were just bonkers. It just didn't make any sense. Until recently, where more people came out with this pretty much not the same result, but very similar results, and it was confirmed by Noxic as well recently. So the secondary stats for Moonkins, it doesn't matter. Or you picked. No, I'm serious. It doesn't matter. Because Critical Strike, Haste, Mastery, and Multi-Strike all have the same weight. The difference is marginal. It's just almost not that. It's 0.03% between these, which can be taken both ways. First of all, it might be, oh, it's kind of nice. You can have two Moonkins. One of them wants to cast, faster, and he wants, to be more active, so he goes for Haste. And the other one just wants to have these massive crits, so he's stacking crit and mastery. Alright, and they both do relatively the same amount of damage. They have the very similar DPS, which is nice. But the other way it can be taken is, well, this is dumb. Because no other class works like this. No other class or spec works like this. Okay, you have a stat that's just stronger, and then you have all these other stats, and you're looking for best in slot items, that have those two strongest stats and stuff like that, but you don't have that as a Moonkin. As long as you don't stack versatility, spirit, and you're not using strength trinkets and agility weapons, you're gonna be fine. It doesn't matter what kind of stats you have. Which is just odd, and I thought I was wrong. I was utterly wrong. Which was weird, because for the Feral Druid, I was really close to what the other theory crafters came up with. My calculations were almost the same. So, when I came to Moonkin, I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to have 4 stats that are essentially the same. I'm doing something horribly wrong. I'm doing something incredibly wrong, but I just wasn't. So, yeah, the stats, it doesn't matter. Haste is up. For me, Haste came up stronger than Mastery by 0.8%. That's not even 1%. 0.08. Not 0.8. 0.08 for me came out. Haste being stronger than Mastery. That's nothing. So the secondary stats, versatility is bollocks. We knew that pretty much. Who stacks versatility? But versatility is bonkers. But crit, haste, mastery, and multi-strike, they're pretty much the same. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah.